First up, if you've seen the definitive Nightmare on Elm Street documentary Never Sleep Again, you are well versed in Robert Englund's history of the franchise. However, how much do you know about the actor's career outside of Elm Street? From Dread Central, the folks who brought us the Fright Night documentary You're So Cool, Brewster, and the upcoming RoboCop documentary RoboDoc, Icon, the Robert Englund story is coming soon. In addition to Nightmare on Elm Street, Englund stars in Urban Legend, 2001 Maniacs, Dead and Buried, and Phantom of the Opera. Next up, fans of the singing competition show The Voice, listen up. After 16 seasons on The Voice, Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine will not be returning to a coach's chair when the NBC singing competition series begins its 17th edition in the fall. Levine has been a coach on the show since its inception in 2011. He will be replaced next season by Gwen Stefani. Voice host Carson Daly announced the switch Friday morning on NBC News Today. Levine addressed his departure in a lengthy Instagram post, writing, "To all of the loyal Voice fans, there's literally no show without you guys. For me, it was time to move on. Your support has meant everything." Next up, we can scratch off one project of director Taika Waititi's as it is being reported Bubbles, Waititi's long-gestating stop-motion movie about Michael Jackson's chimpanzee, is officially dead. From Slash Film, Waititi was set to co-direct with Mark Gustafson with Netflix distributing. Waititi has officially departed, and his departure has inspired Netflix to cancel the project entirely. Scheduling difficulties with the live-action Akira he's directing has been blamed. The director attempted to distance the project from Jackson's image and said the following: "I want to focus on telling a story that blends fact and fantasy, about an animal trying to make sense of the world. This film is not about Michael Jackson because that's not a story for me to tell, or a story I'd be comfortable telling. It's about a chimpanzee's fascinating journey through the complex jungle of human life." Next up, Zach Galifianakis' comedic interview sketch series Between Two Ferns, For Funny or Die, is being turned into a film with plans for a global release on Netflix on September 20th. From Dark Horizons, Galifianakis leads the intentionally low-budget-looking interview series where he conducts awkward, combative interviews with famous people ranging from Brad Pitt to Barack Obama, among others. 21 episodes have been produced over the past 10 years, including a Comedy Central special. The synopsis is as follows. Zach Galifianakis dreamed of becoming a star, but when Will Ferrell discovered his public access TV show Between Two Ferns and uploaded it to Funny or Die, Zach became a viral laughing stock. Now, Zach and his crew are taking a road trip to complete a series of high-profile celebrity interviews and restore his reputation. Next up, we've known for some time that a Frasier reboot or continuation starring Kelsey Grammer has been in the works. From Deadline, Grammer was recently spotted in London with a Frasier script. In an interview, the actor had this to say about said script. "That little folder is filled with 6 different ideas that are all in contention for what may be the new Frasier, a continuation of Frasier. They're similar. It's a new life in a new city." He added that an important element would be to replace John Mahoney's Martin Crane after the actor died last year. Of course, John Mahoney died, so you'd need to replace that energy. Perhaps like they did on Cheers with Coach, they found Woody, who had the same kind of sensibility. Frasier ran for 264 episodes and is one of the most celebrated comedy series of the 1990s and 2000s. The show ran on NBC for 11 seasons from 1993 to 2004 and was a spin-off of Cheers, which also ran for 11 seasons from 1982 to 1993. And finally, Toy Story 4's voice actors didn't record their dialogue together at the same time, so some actors got to the end before their co-stars. From Cinema Blend, as Tom Hanks told Ellen on The Ellen Show, Tim Allen actually texted him to see if he had recorded yet, presumably to gauge his reaction. When he found out he hadn't, he warned Tom Hanks about the script's last pages to help prepare his co-star for the film's emotional ending. Hanks said the following: "This is the end of the series, and I had gotten some texts from Tim Allen. These texts that say, 'Have you recorded yet? Have you been in? Have you had a session yet?' I said, 'No, not yet.' Allen says, 'Wait until you see those last pages.' Tough one. Tough one." Tom Hanks went on to concur with Tim Allen's sentiment once he reached those last pages. Those final recording sessions were particularly emotional as the actor went on to say, "We're saying goodbye to Woody and Buzz and Bonnie's room and Andy and everybody." It was emotional. To be fair, we thought Toy Story 3 was the conclusion to the franchise, so who really knows what the future will hold for Woody and Buzz? Toy Story 4 opens in theaters on June 21st. And that will do it for today's installment of the Movie News Feed.